The year is 2003, and our world is on the verge of collapse. Not with a bang, not with a whimper, but with a virus. It's not your typical apocalypse, zombies, nuclear winter, even locusts, nor is it a Hollywood movie. It's the internet melting down. That sounds dramatic, but trust me, it's real. And all because of a worm. But what kind of worm? Not the wiggling little worm that got into your apple, but a computer worm. A self-replicating program exploiting a vulnerability in Microsoft's Windows operating system to infiltrate and infect as many computers as possible. It was bad, and it was about to get worse. A team of security researchers, led by Steve Gibson, discovered something terrifying. An estimated 75,000 vulnerable machines were being infected every hour. Some of these systems weren't just personal computers or office desktops, but vital parts of critical infrastructures like telecommunications, banks, and government agencies. If this continued, the consequences would be devastating. Think about a world without ATMs, online banking, and internet connectivity. In short, a world without the internet as we know it. But let's take a closer look at the virus itself. What made this worm so special? What was its name? And why did it cause such havoc? Meet Code Red. No, not the horror flick starring Ryan Reynolds, but a nasty piece of code created by a group of Chinese hackers. Their goal was simple: exploit a weakness in Microsoft's software, target vulnerable machines, and install malicious software. How did they do it? Through a buffer overflow vulnerability in Microsoft's Internet Explorer browser. You may remember those old-school TV screens with the big red button. It's kind of like that. Picture this: you're sending a specially crafted message to a web browser. The intended recipient is one part of the computer program, but there's another part that acts like a bouncer. It controls how much data gets in and decides what happens to it. But if the message you send is longer than expected, it can overflow the bouncer's area, overwhelming it and giving access to the whole club. In simpler terms, sending the right size message can crash the browser, allowing the worm to take control. Once inside, the Code Red worm could replicate itself, spread across networks, and launch attacks on other vulnerable systems. It was relentless and fast. Remember, this is 2003. Online security wasn't as tight as it is now. Most people didn't use firewalls. Antivirus programs were rudimentary, and awareness about cybersecurity was low. In a nutshell, it was a perfect storm. So the question arises, how could a worm that exploited a known vulnerability wreak such havoc? Well, think about this. Microsoft had released a patch for this bug back in February 2003. So why were UNT systems protected then? Simply put, because not everyone installed the patch. Patches are essential for any software, just like how you patch up a hole in your favorite sweater. But sometimes people just don't get around to it. Either they don't realize they need it, or they keep putting it off. And that's what happened here. The impact was devastating. Code Red infected millions of computers, crashed websites, and disrupted online services. It was a wake-up call, a stark reminder that no system is truly safe. Amidst this chaos, a hero emerges, or maybe a team of heroes. The name isn't revealed, but their work speaks for them. Let's dive into the details of their incredible effort. Imagine being part of a group of engineers tasked to fix a software glitch. It's not your typical 9-to-5 job. This is a race against time where mistakes aren't just frowned upon. They can bring down the entire internet. These engineers aren't just working with coffee and pizza power. They're fueled by sheer determination and a deep understanding of their craft. Their first order of business: understand the enemy. They dissect the Code Red worm, studying its behavior, strengths, and weaknesses. This isn't your typical battle. There's no hand-to-hand combat, only lines of code and digital warfare. Once they understand the worm, they strategize. How can they stop it? How can they neutralize the threat without causing damage themselves? It's a tough balancing act. Now, cybersecurity is a complex field that involves protecting computer systems and networks from theft, damage, and unauthorized access. It's a high-stakes game where the threats are constantly evolving. To excel in this field, you need a strong foundation in computer science, programming, and networking. Fortunately, there's a fantastic resource available: an online academy that offers a comprehensive curriculum in cybersecurity. Whether you're a student, a professional looking to switch careers, or just someone who wants to learn more about cybersecurity, this academy has something for everyone. From beginner to advanced levels, The courses are designed to help you build a solid understanding of cybersecurity concepts and practical skills. What sets this academy apart is its focus on hands-on learning. You won't just be memorizing theories, you'll be working on real-world scenarios, solving problems, and learning by doing. It's the best way to learn cybersecurity. Don't wait. Start your journey towards becoming a cybersecurity expert today. As they dug deeper, they discovered a blind spot, a small detail in the worm's code that acted as a kill switch. It was a vulnerability within the vulnerability. With this new knowledge, they crafted a fix, a patch to counter the worm's attack. But it wasn't as easy as slapping a bandage on a cut. They had to ensure that the fix wouldn't disrupt existing systems or introduce new vulnerabilities. It was a tightrope walk between safety and efficacy. Once the fix was ready, it was time to deploy, to send it out into the wild and hope for the best. But there was no time for that. This was a live mission with the fate of the internet hanging in the balance. Remember, we're talking about a time when patches weren't automatically installed. Someone had to physically go out and apply the fix to each vulnerable machine. Imagine the pressure. But they didn't just stop there. They knew that a single fix wouldn't be enough. The internet is a vast, sprawling network, and the threat of future worms and malware is always looming. So they did something remarkable. They developed a system to proactively identify and neutralize threats. It was a quantum leap in cybersecurity, a move from reacting to attacks to anticipating and preventing them. The impact was monumental. The worm that could have crippled the internet was stopped in its tracks. Systems were secured, and critical infrastructure was protected. But amidst this success, they kept pushing, refining systems, finding new vulnerabilities, and developing better fixes. It was a continuous cycle of improvement that laid the foundation for more secure systems. This story isn't just about technical brilliance or quick fixes. It's about preparation, strategy, and above all, teamwork. It's a lesson in how a collective effort, a group of people coming together with a common goal, can overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. But what's equally fascinating is the mystery surrounding these individuals. Their names might not be etched in stone, but their actions certainly are. They operated in the shadows, preferring to let their work speak for them. It's a testament to their character, their humility in the face of such a massive undertaking. The significance of their actions is hard to overstate. They didn't just save the internet, they redefined cybersecurity. They showed the world that it's not enough to simply patch vulnerabilities. You have to anticipate, you have to prepare, and you have to act decisively. In the grand tapestry of the internet's history, their actions are a bright thread, a shining example of what can be achieved when technical expertise meets unwavering determination. In today's world, cybersecurity is no longer the question of if we'll be attacked, but when. And when that happens, it's not going to be some faceless corporation or government agency leading the charge. It's going to be you, the everyday people who step up to protect our digital way of life. The internet as we know it today is a monument to human ingenuity, a testament to what can be achieved when people come together to solve problems. It's also a reminder of the fragility of this digital marvel and the constant vigilance required to keep it running smoothly. So the next time you connect to the internet, take a moment to appreciate the intricate web of technology that connects us all. And remember the unsung heroes, the hackers, the engineers, and the everyday people who work tirelessly to keep the internet safe. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.